So we finished the legendaries that I currently own. We went through all of them. 13 of them? 14 of them? I don't remember. There was a bunch. So if you haven't seen those videos, make sure you go back and watch them. There's also the royalties I currently own. I show out each one of those in the box, out of the box, and I show you what they look like. I hope you guys are enjoying those videos. But today we start the grails. The usually most in demand, except that they decide to release this mythic. The mythic one so far has had a mythic, but the grails are usually the ones that are the lowest print runs, limited to $9.99, and usually the most in demand. And they are usually the most expensive. There are exceptions. We'll get into that, but usually the grails are super expensive. And today we're starting with the one that started my downfall into the digital drop NFT Funkos, whatever you want to call them. What are they actually called? They are called Pop Digitals, but I know it's Drop. Some people call them Drop NFTs, blah blah blah. But they're actually called Pop Digitals on the box, and they're usually limited to $9.99. So today, let's start with the one that started everything. The very first thing I ever pulled, the very first pack I ever pulled, and I'm excited to show it to you guys. And honestly, I don't even know if I ever took this guy out of the box. It might be a first time I've ever taken this pop out of the box, and I'm doing it for you guys to show you guys what it looks like in the box and out of the box. So you know what? Hang tight. We're gonna get into that grail, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, picture this. Just picture this. You're walking around an amusement park. Me, on example, I was walking around Hershey Park. I go, you know what? I'm gonna get a couple of those Hanna Barbera Series 1 packs. Walk around Hershey Park. You know what? I'm gonna try to grab the couple, and decide, you know what? I'm gonna open them. So you sit there and you're opening your first pack, your very first pack while in the park, and you see in the very first card it says Grail. Hmm. Who would have thought? Your very first card, your very first pack ever, walking around Hershey Park right before going to a concert. I think it was before the Guns N' Roses concert. Could be wrong. Walking around, just having a good time, and I was like, "Ooh, this is neat." No idea what I pulled. Just know it was a Grail. It was limited to $9.99, and it was my very first card in the pack. So it kind of instantly drew me in, and I've been addicted ever since. And you know what? Let me show it to you. It is the Huckleberry Hound. Yes, this is in a $7 a pop armor. All my Grails, I try to keep in some type of armor, mostly because they are the Grails. That's just kind of the way to say. They're all not worth Grail prices, but they're the Grails. So I keep them in armor. Not all of them are, like I said, worth that kind of Grail price. That you think of a Grail. Like I think when I got him, he was like at 200. Now I think he's down like 80. And this is the problem. We get these pieces, and they are worth. This piece, I know for a fact, at one point in card form was worth 250 to $260. Now, I think PPG on him is like $80. See what I'm getting at? Um, I didn't sell him. He just doesn't fit in my collection, but I didn't sell him. Why? Because he was my first ever pull. So he keeps a hard protector. I love the $7 a pop armor. So he's in an armor. Let's look at him in the box. So he was supposed to be $9.99. There was 973 of these redeemed. So 973. So anyway, this is what he looks like in the box. First one, Hanna Barbera Series 1, Huckleberry Hound. He's in the space helmet. Boom. And there's the Grail card that you had to pull. That was the very first card in my very first pack I ever opened of NFTs. That card right there. And I was excited about it. I didn't know what it was worth. I just knew it was a Grail. I knew it was limited to 9.99. I knew it was good. I just didn't know how good. And then come to find out, the next day, this thing's hovering around 225. Like I said, I think I got to 250-ish at one point, and then ever since it's been redeemed, it's been calming down. Like a lot of stuff so far with Funko, it's been kind of starting to calm down. So, like I said, PPG on him last I checked was around 80. Um, yes, if you check my listings, you know I have it high, but again, it's not in a hurry to sell type piece for me. He's cool. He has sentimental, thing to me. So you want him, you gotta pay for him. That's all I gotta say. That's kind of how I feel about it. But anyway, so there you go. When it comes to the Grails, they are the most hardest to get. They're usually around maybe a percent, maybe tenth of a percent, something super low. Um, they're hard to pull, and they're great to finally have in your collection. And like I said, usually in card form, they're going to cost you somewhere between 150 to 300 bucks. There are exceptions that come super low, and there are exceptions that go super high. But you're looking for like 150 to 300 for most Grails. Probably can get them in like 220, 2 to 225 range. A lot of them. Turtles right now is like 3 to 4. Um, I think the My Little Pony and the Sugar Bomb at one point was like 60 to 80. You see what I'm getting at. So, but anyway, when you pull the Grail cards like the legendaries, all you gotta do is keep that card in your drop wallet. Once snapshot comes, it will drop a coin in your drop wallet. That coin then you can sell, you can trade, or you can buy more coins for more stuff. Same with the card before the drop. You can before the snapshot, you can buy more cards, sell your cards, or trade your cards to help you get what redeemables you want before the snapshot. I pull stuff, I'd say 90% of stuff that I pull, I keep. I just keep it. Um, I don't really have interest in like trying. I've traded off a couple for pieces I want. Recently I traded the Turtles Triceratops for the Quackerjack for Mickey because Disney collector versus Turtles collector. I was a bigger Disney collector. The other person was a Turtles collector, so we made a swap, even swap, 1 for 1. Um, I've sold off an extra Wilma. I sold off some extra Scooby Doo's. I sold a few extras. I sold off a few of the redeemables that I've got in hand that I just didn't collect, like the Nun, um, Game of Thrones pieces, like the Jamie Lannister stuff like that. I just didn't keep them. I don't need them. They're not part of my collection. I personally just don't really care. But I kept them until they were redeemed. Very seldom do I sell off. I think I sold my Funimate card off before I became redeemable. But you know, sometimes I keep them, but I had things I wanted to collect. So the reason I sold some stuff off before it became redeemable, because that way I can add funds to my drop account without having to make a deposit. And deposits can sometimes be a headache because, like, for a drop, I have to go from Robinhood to buy USDC and then transfer the USDCC to my drop account. And then I can go buy what I need. So sometimes it's easy to sell the stuff you don't want on your drop account and just buy it. I don't know how to go about the hub. If you don't know how to either, I recommend looking up some videos. Someone might be able to help you out. I, on the other hand, don't know how. Usually, if I needed money on the hub, I just said, "Hey, who's selling? Who's selling wax? I'll give you PayPal money, and you send me wax." Very simple. But if you need a deposit on hub, you got to buy crypto. Blah blah blah. It's a whole nother long story. But anyway, so this is the card. This is the pop. This is my very first. He is my prized possession. He may not be my most expensive prized possession, but he's my prized possession. My first NFT pop I ever pulled. I've never bought a Grail. All the Grails you will see, I have pulled out of packs. Every single one. So let's look at him out of the box. I don't think I've ever took this guy out of the box. Not that I know of. And if I did, it's been a long time. So let's open him up and let's look at him out of the box. All right. So I got him out of the box, and I'm going to kind of make a general statement. Some of you may agree, some of you may don't agree. Personally, if you're buying a new one, you kind of wish they were sealed. So the only reason I say that is because I have gotten pops and mystery boxes that are missing bases, which means usually they were already open and the base went somewhere else. So this is the base that he comes with. This base, that will go back in the box. But anyway, so here is the Huckleberry Hound out of the box. He has a thumbs up. He's in a spacesuit, his space helmet, his bow tie, his hands behind his back. He's prim and proper. Boom. I don't know if I told you guys there was 953 of these, I believe I read. I just had open. 900 and where were you? 973 of these redeemed. 999. So 26 of these were not redeemed. There he is. This is him out of the box. Looks great. Love this position. He's I gotta be Huckleberry Hound. Love the space helmet. Look how the space helmet is clear. Yes, it is. Like two pieces glued around his head. But it looks great. I love this piece. Like, so this is, please stand. He does stand without the base, just so you know. He does have a foothold for a base, but he will stand without the base if you don't use the base. Like, I'll stand him right here for you, and he will stand. A little wobbly, but he will stand without the base. I go this way, say a little wobbly, but he stands without the base. They're not actually need the base. Sometimes you do. Sometimes they're way too top heavy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if something shook the shelf just right that you had him on without the base, he would just fall over. So, um, He has little cleats on the bottom of his shoes to help him walk on the moon or wherever he's at. Yeah. Here's Huckleberry Hound Grail. Like I said, this at once was a $250 piece. Now it's down to like 80. So always, always, always remember, just because you pulled the Grail, just because you pulled the Legendary, just because you pulled the Ultra, the Mystic, or whatever, they're not guaranteed to go value. Values always fluctuate. So if you see something, you go, oh, I don't know if I want to sell. It's just going to go up in value when I redeem it. That's not always true. I've seen a lot of people post that once items go in hand, the values go up. Values go crazy up, and that is not always true. Sometimes they do, but a lot of times don't. A lot of times they will be high to start off with when they first hit the market, and then they'll come crashing down. There are some pops out there that have held really good value and have creeped up, but most of them, like I think House of Dragons one, I think did, maybe. One of them did, and have started to creep up after they became in hand. So anyway, keep that in mind when you're deciding what to do with your pieces. If you want to display them, don't worry about them. Take them out of the box and enjoy them. Want to leave them in the box? Leave them in the box and enjoy them. Don't buy something because you think it's going to go up in price. I recommend not doing that. Always buy something that you enjoy. I bought this packs because I wanted something different. I wanted something limited. And I like the limited pieces. I like to see more of the Mythic cards, the Mythic pieces. I like the Ultras because they're good for everybody. I like the Grails because they're special. They're $9.99. The Legendaries, again, close enough to something for everybody. And the royalties are just fun. They're fun pieces. So keep that in mind when buying your packs. We have Halloween coming. What do we have coming up? We have G.I. Joe next week. 2 weeks? Next week? What's it, 2 weeks? I don't know. G.I. Joe's coming soon. I think it's in 2 weeks. We have G.I. Joe, and then we have Funko Ween, and then we have Stranger Things. Something like that. Some combination of that. So keep that in mind. Halloween in October is coming fast and furious. G.I. Joe looks cool. I probably am not going to get any. I did not get any aliens because, this is not stuff I collect and I didn't care enough. I'll definitely probably go Funko Ween and Stranger Things, though. Hopefully we get some good pops. But this is it. My very, very first Funko NFT. This was the first. This was the one that started it all. Again, hope you guys enjoy these videos. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you come back hopefully tomorrow for another video, but it's always going to be a short up, some type of short, and probably a live stream replay of video games. And go watch the old videos. There's old videos of a lot of other NFTs and other stuff on my channel. Anywhere from video game replays to when my channel started, from baseball, football, basketball card unboxings to DVD unboxings to Funko stuff to Funko news. You name it. It's probably on this channel somewhere in the collectibles. Just go watch some old stuff, and I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Hope you guys come back tomorrow for another video, and I hope to see you soon. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Peace!